Focus on yourself. We cannot talk about overcoming obstacles without discussing the importance of focusing on yourself and not comparing yourself to others. Because of social media and many other factors today, it is easier than ever to compare yourself to someone else. Doing this is detrimental to our growth, success, and well-being. Not to mention, it makes overcoming obstacles nearly impossible and puts new obstacles in our lap. To overcome obstacles, you have to break this habit immediately. Your entire health and well-being will change for the better. Though it is easy to compare yourself to others when facing an obstacle, you have to avoid it. Why you shouldn't compare yourself to others? The main reason you shouldn't compare yourself to others when overcoming any obstacle is to create more barriers in the process. In other words, it makes a mountain out of a molehill. If you are already stressed about the main obstacle, you don't want to make the process any harder than it has to be. Additionally, comparing yourself to others may hinder your ability to live the life you want. When you compare yourself to someone else, you are viewing yourself and them through their perspective. Doing so means that you aren't valuing your opinions and thoughts as highly as you should. If you continue to value someone else's ideals above your own, it may be impossible to overcome an obstacle or create the life you want. Only focus on yourself and stop comparing yourself to others to prevent this from happening. Comparing yourself to others creates unrealistic notions. There are a few reasons why comparing yourself is not only bad but unrealistic. Most importantly, you never get the whole picture when looking at someone from the outside. People like to appear better off than they are, so they only show the good sides. When you compare yourself to others, you are comparing yourself to an unrealistic standard. You aren't seeing the hardships, obstacles, or challenges they had to face to get to where they are. This leaves you with an unrealistic understanding of where you ought to be. Another reason why comparing yourself to others is unrealistic is that it simply is not relevant to you. Even if you could get the whole picture, which you can't, it's not your life. To spend your energy comparing yourself to others is a complete waste of time. What should you do instead? Instead of comparing yourself to others, you should reflect upon your own desires and wants. This will give you a strong idea about where you are and where you want to be. It is the most useful and realistic way of overcoming any obstacle. If you have to compare yourself to anyone, compare your current self to your past self. You should have grown by now, and the fact you are taking so much effort to break your comparative ties shows that you have improved. Compare yourself to your past self to further growth. Of course, it is okay to talk to other people and get their advice. Other people have been through similar situations as you. Talk to them to figure out what they say about the situation. Don't take their advice blindly, though. Compare it to your own ideas and wants and go from there. How to stop comparing yourself to others. Here are some ways to stop comparing yourself to others. Be aware of your triggers. Be aware of your triggers, which are things that make you feel inadequate and lead you to compare yourself to others. Triggers may be certain people on social media or going into certain stores. Be aware of your triggers, so you know when you are likely to compare yourself to others. Once you know where your triggers are, try your best to avoid them. This may be tough, but it is highly important. Unfollow people who make you feel bad about yourself or avoid places that cause you to compare. Remember, you don't see the whole story. Whenever you find yourself slipping up, remember that you don't see the whole story. People will put on a front to make themselves seem better than they feel. Remind yourself of this fact to help bring you back to a more realistic understanding. Be grateful for your life. Finally, find ways to show more gratitude for yourself in your own life. Look at every single thing you love about your current life and repeat it to yourself. As you're making a list, you'll probably find way more things to love than you originally thought. If excessive comparison is something you struggle with, you might want to start your morning or end your day with this tip. You will soon find yourself more grateful for your own life and self. Recap. It is very easy to compare yourself to others whenever you are facing obstacles, but you must fight this urge. Comparing yourself to others is detrimental to overcoming obstacles, and it is completely unrealistic. Make a conscious effort to stop comparing yourself to others to unlock more success.